to a modern day testimony. Brethren, God did wonderful things in Bible times, and He's still doing wonderful things. And we want you to hear about the marvelous and the matchless work of God. Join us at this time in our praise moment, in our moment of praise and thanksgiving, is leader Lyttle. Leader Lyttle has a story to share with us today, a real life story of something that happened to her very recently. We're just going to give her the opportunity to share.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath to all our viewers online. Okay, so my story to share, my testimony to share with you today happened just a couple weeks ago. Right after my birthday, after all the celebration and all of that. So I decided that for this year I wanted to spend, the holidays and so with my family, my siblings, just really, get close with them. And so for 2 days straight, we were all over the place and stuff. And however, the Tuesday morning, I started feeling ill. So it was the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have 3 days of diarrhea, and each day gets worse and worse. The Friday, it changed. So the Sabbath, I went to see the doctor. When I went, she said to me, with all the symptoms that I was experiencing, because now I was very weak, dehydrated, I was dizzy, I had no appetite, everything. So
Sister Marlene, at this time, were you thinking it's COVID?
I was thinking it was COVID. I was thinking it was COVID, honestly, because as I said before, the Sunday we went to Port Royal Beach, then we went to Caymanas River. Then on Sunday, we went to Reggae Falls in St. Thomas, where I was visiting families and friends. Right. But we were protected and all of that. We were adhering because we know what's happening. So when the doctor, she said to me, you have food poisoning. She said, I ate or drank something, and the bacteria was multiplying very fast, and that is the reason why I was getting sicker and sicker, and all of that. Plus, I had acute gastroenteritis. So I was like, she said I should give me some medications and all of that. So when I came home on the Sabbath, I felt worse because I'm still not eating. She put me on bed rest, no food, only drinking. I'm to drink soup and jelly water.
No solid food.
No solid food. And I couldn't drink not even the simple water. It's like my appetite was so gone. Not even the water I could take. So I was still becoming more and more dehydrated. So I'm becoming more weaker and weaker.
So were you vomiting when you
I was vomiting first, and then when the vomiting is still continuing, nothing is coming up but pain. So it was lots of pain. I was in a lot of pain. So for the entire Sunday, I was out of it. The Monday, I remember I had to go to a different doctor. And he diagnosed with the same thing. But he said to me, I'm going to send you to do a COVID test. So I said, okay, no problem. We went to do the COVID test. So I was very weak. The way I was so weak, I'm telling you, they had to give me a chair to sit because I couldn't stand. Because now I was so sick. So when they did the test, and I was sitting in the car now, vomiting, and all of that, and Rahim came helping, and Shawnee and everybody.
That's their son, viewers, right?
Yeah. So there were two sons with me, Rahim and Shawnee. So, Shawnee was saying to me, Mommy, I have to try to drink some water. I still couldn't drink the water. So I know I have no strength. For me to walk, both of them they have to hold me.
Well, Jesus is my strength.
But Jesus is my strength, because really. So sitting in the car, they said that we have to wait 2 hours to get the result. So Shawnee said to me that we're going to try and get the smoothie and some jelly water, and we're going to force you to eat because you have to take the medications and you have to eat. So I was actually taking the medications and an empty stomach. So when we went to get the smoothie and all that, we came back, we got the result. So one of my sons did the COVID test as well, and his came back before mine. So when his came, it was positive. So he said to me, "Mommy, you give me COVID because I also had the flu."
Yes.
So he said, "Mommy, you give me COVID." At this time when he said it, to how I was feeling, I didn't care less if it was COVID, because I was, even in my head, I thought it was COVID. Because all the signs and symptoms were pointing to that. However, when mine came, when he was to check mine, there wasn't any data showing up. And he waited a little, and then after which it came up. And it says negative. And all of us in the car like, what? How is that even possible? Now this son hugs me right through, touches me right through, all over with me right through. And I tested negative and he tested positive. And when we went back to the doctor and we told him, we showed him the result, he himself was shocked. How is this even possible? And he's asking the same questions. But even at this time, I was very, so it didn't matter to me. All I wanted to know what can be done so I can get back my strength, what is really happening to me. Because at this time I was so dizzy. I remember the doctor gave me an injection. I was so dizzy. I couldn't walk from the doctor's office to the bed that I was to go and lay down because he wanted me to rest a little. I was dizzy, eating in the wall and all of that. He said he's going to give me. Well, he gave me a prescription and medication for the dizziness. However, he said to me, something else is wrong. And he checked my vitals. When he checked my vitals, he checked it again. He said to me, you have to go to the hospital now. I said, for what?
Yes, still.
He said, your oxygen level is low.
Oh my.
I said, what? He said to both of my sons, take her now, not later, not tomorrow, not this evening. She has to go now. Her oxygen level is at 58%. 58%.
Less than 90%, right, Marlene?
Yeah, 58%. And I was like, what? He said, I have to go to the hospital to get oxygen. I said, no, I'm not going to any hospital. To be honest, I'm scared of the hospital. I had a bad experience, which I think I will share it one day when I have the strength to open up for that. So I really hate the hospital, and I believe that if I go into the hospital, I honestly thought in my head, friends, if I went into that hospital, it would be a dead body coming out. And I didn't want to go. And he said, when he was there talking, I said, okay. And we went to the car, and I said to my son, I'm not going to any hospital. And I went straight home. I drank the smoothie. I got the strength to drink the smoothie, because now I know that hospital is on the back burner. Come on now.
So what was the alternative for the hospital? So you didn't go to the hospital?
No, I didn't go to the hospital.
What
I
did you do?
came home. I called Auntie Annette and I told her. Auntie Annette started crying. Because they said oxygen level also, you know. So she started crying because I said to her, I'm not going to the hospital. So she called Pastor. So Pastor called, Marlene, you're going to the hospital. I said, Pastor, I'm not going. Marlene, you're going to the hospital. Where's the son? Where's the car? I said, car is downstairs. Where's the son? I said, it's right here. Marlene, I said, Pastor, I am not going to any hospital. Nothing is wrong. I don't have any oxygen problem. I said, Pastor, can't you see it's a light from the pit of hell. I don't have any oxygen problem. And I said, I'm going to call, and the referral that the doctor gave me, I remember that I have a doctor friend working in that department, and I said, I'm going to call him and speak to him, and I did. And he said to me, I should come into his office, and I did. And he said to me, no, you're breathing fine, you're speaking. Someone with 58% oxygen level shouldn't be talking. You should be dying.
Yes.
Dying from lung cancer. And I was like, what? He says 58%, and he read the referral, and he saw the 58%. And I came home, and he said, go and breathe, do taking deep breaths and eat your food and take fresh air and all of that. And I remember I came home and I sat on the step, because when I reached home now I am having breathing problems. Now I can't climb the stairs to go home. Now I am having the oxygen problem, and I decided I'm not going in the hospital. No,
here.
I went up and I started crying. I said, God, you gave oxygen. Why should I go to the hospital to get any oxygen? And I don't believe I need any oxygen. I said, Lord, I need you now. I said, where are you? I need you now. You can give me oxygen right here and something. I'm not going to any hospital because I know this is the plan of the devil. This is the plan of the devil. I said, I don't know, what is it that you have in store for me? And he's trying to block me from getting it, but you are in charge. And I went in, I remember I went to bed for 2 days because this thing was so bad on me. I couldn't sleep at nights. I couldn't sleep.
Well, let me just interject here, brother. She couldn't sleep, but the church was praying.
Yes, I knew the church was praying because I heard. Because at one point in time, I remember I couldn't even speak. And I remember my son started crying and he called Auntie Annette. And she was calling to me, but I couldn't answer. I'm hearing, but I couldn't speak. There was no strength for any word to come through. And she started praying, and she prayed, and she prayed. And I remember my son said, we have to take her to the hospital. We can't help her anymore. I said, I'm not going. And 2 days later, I said, I want to test this step again. And I tested the step. And when I came back up the step, I'm breathing fine. And I said, God, I know you would have done it. I know I did have an oxygen problem. It was the devil. It was a lie. And so when I looked at it and I looked over the entire thing, I said, look, oh, God was in the midst of everything. Because first he wanted me to have COVID. And it didn't work out that way. So he said, no, that I have oxygen problem.
Which would have been an indication of COVID.
Exactly. When there was a result to say I was negative. But what it has taught me is that in every situation and every challenging time, just trust God.
Amen.
He has your back. He has your way out. Sometimes you're afraid because I'm telling you honestly, I thought if I went to the hospital, I would be coming out to the morgue. Because all kind of symptoms you're going to hear, all sort of things happening. But God was in control. God had his hand on that situation. And so I had to give God thanks. And what stood out for me, when even though one of my sons had COVID, he was playing a song that I played right through all the time. Pray. By Brooklyn Tabernacle. He says, when you call me, I will answer. And I remember when he just continued playing that song for me. And I'm singing it in my mind, even though it wouldn't come from my voice. But God was in the midst of my storm, and I have to give thanks for that.
Amen. Praise God. God is always in the midst of our storms. You might not be able to hear your own prayer coming from your mouth, but you can pray in your heart, brethren. And you know, I am always going to say, this little church, the Oak Lake Church, is a praying church.
Amen.
It is a praying church. When you are in trouble, when you are sick, just send the message. The prayers will go up. And trust me, God hears and He answers our prayer. We want to thank Lyttle for sharing with us her miracle, the way God has worked in her life to show that He's still in the miracle working business.
Amen.